main event. Israel Madrimov, 10 wins, only one draw. Let's see how many KOs he has under his belt. 7 knockouts, 29 years old, hailing out of Uzbekistan. This is how he comes into that fight. I'd say very thin resume as well. He has a world title. Those are the junior belts, right? WBA and WBO. He has junior belts. Chris Crawford is too old to be collecting junior belts, man. The guy's 36 years old. Why are you fighting for junior belts? That makes zero sense. But
Yeah,
let's get into it. Let's get into it. Terrence Crawford, 40-0, 31 KOs. He hasn't fought in over a year, I believe. His last fight was July 29th. So, yeah, in over a year, a little over a year. This is how he comes out. He's fighting a lot of European guys, retired guys. So, fighting once a year, basically. You see the 2018 win right there. That's how he won the title at 147 pounds against a PE teacher. You know I'm always going to hate, Chris. You know I'm going to hate, that very thin resume of Terrence Crawford. But at 36 years old, he now fights a guy with 10 pro fights, 11 pro fights, sorry. He's fighting for a junior belt. He's fighting for in LA, a stacked undercard, at least that. And I think most importantly, I think he has the backing of Big Turk, right? Big Turkey Alalshikh, who's trying to get him a fight against Canelo. He wants him to get paid, man, win or lose. Obviously, he's likely going to lose to Canelo, but Turkey's trying to get him paid. He has his back, so that's good. That's what he has going for him right now, Terrence Crawford.
yeah. Let me just say, first of all, if Terrence cannot get past Madrimov, who is bigger, who is a natural bigger guy, he has no business even calling Canelo out after this. But having said that, I think this is going to be a more competitive fight than people expect. Obviously, not too many people know who Israel Madrimov is. We met him briefly throughout the years. I interviewed him, just last week. Nice guy, focused guy, humble guy. I know a lot of people try to compare him to looks wise to Triple G. Um, Different styles, but personality wise, they're very similar. Gio, quiet guys, humble. They don't talk a lot of smack. They just do their work. So, having said that, I think it's going to be more competitive than the fans expect. And
Uh,
again, we're here to be proven wrong. If Madrimov is to pull off the upset, to him it may not be an upset, but to everybody else it will be. I would be the first to tell him that I thought that I was wrong. So, with that said, I'm gonna say Terrence Crawford wins. Oh man, he's such a great finisher. So this is where I'm torn. Can the bigger Madrigal, survive and go the distance, or will he be knocked out just like the bigger Errol Spence? Damn, tough. It's tough. I'm gonna say Madrigal goes the distance. Not completely, you know, happy with that decision because Terrence Crawford is a dog. But I'm gonna say he goes the distance, but Terrence Crawford by decision. And Madrigal, once you see this podcast, once Joel sees this, if you guys prove me wrong, I'll be the first to say that y'all got me.
yeah, I don't think it's I don't think I'm gonna think too much about it. I'm going Crawford KO. This is a fight he should win. He's fighting a guy with 11 pro fights, fighting for a junior belt. Absolutely no pressure, zero pressure. LA. There's not even pressure to sell for Terrence Crawford at this point. You got a stacked undercard like the Pitbull Cruz, Andy Ruiz, Rayo Valenzuela. They're gonna do all the selling. People are gonna go watch them. So Crawford got zero pressure. He has the backing of Big Turkey Alalshikh. Think he stops Madrimov. I'm rooting for Madrimov though. I hope he wins. I really do. But all the odds are stacked against him. This is a fight that was made to make Terrence Crawford look good, and he's waiting for a Canelo payday. So they're gonna keep throwing these opponents at him. As I said, rooting for Madrimov, but um, I'm trying to win this competition. So Crawford, Crawford by KO.
Hey, this is the first time you give Terrence Crawford more credit than I do, man. Hey, you're becoming a believer, Gio. I like it. I like it. And don't try to say because you're trying to win, man. You're giving respect where it's due.
Put some respect on his name.
Okay. Again, I want to give Madrimov some credit. I think that size and that focus will see him. But again, Terrence Crawford is a finisher, and we saw it in his last fight against Errol Spence Jr. Something that nobody expected.
Yeah, and that's the card, Chris. I know. As I said, I don't think they're trying to sell this as one of the greatest cards ever, but um, to me, a lot of one-sided fights. You guys saw the odds there. But Coley Anderson, as we mentioned last week, probably the closest to a 50-50 fight. And yeah, some good names on there. Obviously, like I said, you got to put some Mexican names on there to be able to sell in LA, to be able to sell on a card that's headlined by Crawford, who's not known to sell tickets, not known to sell pay-per-views. So great strategy there to stack it up. And yeah, man, you guys stay tuned. We're gonna get a lot of footage from that. Chris got a lot of footage from that. Joel Diaz, Jim with Madrimov, with Beck the Bully, with MJ. So check those out on YouTube if you haven't already. And let me go ahead and show you guys the poll. People have voted. Here it is, Chris. Oh, can you guys see it? Oh, you guys can actually, yeah, here it is. So this is the poll right here that you guys are looking at the moment. Which fight are you most excited for on August 3rd? 3% Anderson Bacoli. Man, they're sleeping on this fight. 3% only. 7% Reese versus Miller. I think that's going to be a good fight too. That's close to a 50-50 to me. Crawford versus Madrimov, 42%, and 48% Cruz versus Valenzuela, Chris. I'm not too surprised. I honestly thought Cruz Valenzuela was going to have more votes. 1.6K votes so far. This was posted 2 days ago. But the majority are saying Cruz Valenzuela as far as the fight that they're more excited for on that Saturday, August 3rd in LA.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too that it's that close. I would have thought that Cruz Valenzuela was going to take like 60%.
Yeah, a lot of Uzbek fans, man.
Uzbek, hey, dude, we got lots of subscriptions from Uzbekistan, so hey, they're helping their boy out right there in those numbers. But yeah, Crawford Madrimov. I think people just I I feel like they think that Madrimov is still very fresh. Size advantage for him as he's a more of a natural 154 pounder. And Crawford's age, I think they're just hoping, banking on that Crawford is just his power won't translate to those higher weight divisions. But I don't I just think he's one of the best two-way fighters. So he's Madrigal is gonna have a lot to handle come fight night. But hey, Cruz versus Rayo. I see that you and Big Bro are going with Rayo, and again, I like the guy. I've interviewed him. We've interviewed him when we've gone to see Benavides. Nice kid, great style, humble, man of the people, just wants to fight. A throwback kind of fighter. So again, I can't wait to see that fight. I think the fans are gonna win just for having that fight on this card.
Yeah, and he didn't only go with Rayo, Chris. Let's clarify there. He said Rayo by KO. He said he catches the Chihuahua with a counter, coming in reckless. And he also said he's more like Krillin, and he looks like him too. 100% agree.
Yeah, all I'm saying is Cruz he's got that chin, man. He's got that that freaking dome. That thing's strong. Like he's gonna take some shots. Don't get me wrong. Rayo's gonna land some, but he's gonna if Cruz takes Rayo's best shot and keeps going, that's where I know that my bet is safe. That's how I'm gonna know. But Rayo packs a punch, man. We've seen him shake up dudes. We've known that he's shaking up, the takeover. So that kid's got power. So can't wait to see that fight.